I frequently have people come up to me and say, gosh, you guys just don't seem like you can ever do anything together. Seems like you don't like each other. And I always respond as follows. I said, anything you may have heard any of us say about each other pales in comparison to what Thomas Jefferson and John Adams said about each other. And isn't anywhere close to what Thomas Jefferson and Alexander Hamilton said about each other. And we haven't had a single incident where a congressman came over to the Senate and almost beat to death a senator on the floor of the Senate. Haven't had a single incident like that.
All right, joining us now from Springfield, Illinois, member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Democratic Whip Dick Durbin. Senator, also at that town hall yesterday, Mitch McConnell spoke openly about the possibility Republicans will fail in their effort to uproot Obamacare and seemed to suggest that their only option may be to work across the aisle and make adjustments to the Affordable Care Act. It seems like where we should have begun, but what do you make of that?
Well, that's a breakthrough, and I hope that that occurs. The regular order of business to bring a measure before us on a bipartisan basis and to make our healthcare system stronger is the right way to go. This idea, we'll repeal today and think about the replacement tomorrow, is totally irresponsible. I'm traveling all around my state of Illinois, visiting rural hospitals that are worried about their future because of the Republican plan and the one that passed the House of Representatives.
Senator Durbin, it's Willie Geist on a different subject. I want to ask you about this meeting coming up in about an hour or so between President Trump and President Putin. You're one of several top Democratic senators urging President Trump to confront Putin on this. You tweeted, POTUS, don't let Putin off the hook for election meddling tomorrow. If you do, it's a stunning abdication of your duty to protect the United States. We don't know exactly if President Trump plans on bringing up meddling in the next hour or so with President Putin, but what specifically would you like our president to say to Putin?
Willie, let me tell you why I raised that issue. I'm sitting in the Illinois State Capitol. We were one of the victims of Putin's hacking. It was the Illinois voter file that the Russians got into. Thank goodness. We don't believe they changed any results or had a direct impact on the outcome of any election. But they were trying their best to do just that. I've met with our State Board of Elections. They're very concerned about the next round and their vulnerability. So is the President of the United States of America going to confront the Russian leader about this attempt to meddle into our election, into my voter file in my state of Illinois? So far, he's shown no interest in this and really doesn't take it seriously. And I worry about that. I think that ought to be #1 issue on the agenda.
And what will it tell you, Senator, if he does not raise this issue with Vladimir Putin?
I don't think President Trump takes this issue seriously. I'll just be honest with you. And the last time that he met with Russian officials in the Oval Office on May 10th, what happened there was shocking. Shocking in terms of diplomatic history. To think that a president of the United States would bring in Foreign Minister Lavrov as well as the Russian Ambassador Kislyak, that he would bar the American media from covering it, bring in a Russian reporter, photographer from Pravda, disclose highly sensitive intelligence information to his Russian guest, and then characterize Jim Comey, the head of the director of the FBI, as a nut job. And assure the Russian visitors that not to worry about the Russian investigation. It tells me this president is not taking this seriously. This was a day of cyber infamy when the Russians attacked our electoral system, and the president ought to take it seriously.
Mark Kaplan.
Senator, what's the most positive thing you have to say about Vladimir Putin and the most negative?
Well, the most positive thing is he is gifted in his knowledge of history. Our president is not. He certainly knows how to meet with foreign leaders and to push his agenda. Our president has limited experience in that. He knows the intelligence agencies of Russia since he was a member of the KGB for a period of time. Our president tends to deride his own intelligence agencies and their findings. So he's in a strong hand in this negotiation compared to our president. In terms of his weakness, he too suffers from a form of megalomania. He is trying to restore a Soviet empire, which is long gone in history. He is intimidating a lot of his neighbors in a variety of different ways, and it really is up to the United States of America to stand up to this tyrant.
Democratic Whip Dick Durbin, thank you so much for coming on the show. Up next, breaking news on the economy. We've got a first look at the brand new jobs report. That is next on Morning Joe.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.